thought I'd start with one of the first tools I used, which is now used really widely throughout colleges, and that's Padlet. Padlet is, for those who aren't aware of Padlet, it's basically gives you a web space, a wall in the web that you can share your link with learners, and they can click and they can upload content, they can comment on stuff. And it's a great, simple piece of technology. It's what technology should be about. It's an enabler. It allows you as a teacher to get feedback from your learners. I've seen it used at conferences where you get comments and feedback and get that discussion happening. And for me, I think it encompasses what technology is about. It's really simple to set up, really simple to use, and it just allows you to capture and harness all of that discussion that's happening at an event or in a class. So that was the first tool that really sort of turned me on to using web-based tools. Initially, I think, as with most people, the browser was something I used for checking my mail and surfing the net. And that, for me, highlighted, well, actually, it could do a lot more than that. So I suppose, for me, that was the first tool that I really went, oh, this could do stuff. I suppose, if I look at the tools I use now, and I have to put my hand up, I am addicted to one particular tool. And it's one that's quite popular, I think, with a number of people, and that's Piktochart. Now, Piktochart is all about creating infographics. I think infographics are great things in that they allow the user to present information in a clear and concise way, and it takes a bit of skill to get used to producing a good, clear infographic. And I think from a student perspective, it's a great way for them to process the information that they've got into a format that is easy for the user to see. So Piktochart, I love the simplicity of dragging in creative elements. And my background is photography and design, so I'm a visual person as it is. But what I like about it is it allows those people who maybe don't have the skills to use Photoshop or Illustrator to create something, but it's that processing, that curating of information where you take a huge, big source of information and have to distill it down to the basic points to put it in your infographic. And I think those skills of curation, as we go forward, are going to be really key for learners and for teachers, because there's a drive in colleges potentially looking at the purchasing of resources. Well, there's a wealth of resources out there. There's stats on how many minutes of YouTube get added every second. So we've got a wealth of resources, but we need a way to curate it. And I think if we can give learners and teachers those skills of curation and presentation, they're skills that will be useful lifelong. So Piktochart is my tool that I'm addicted to. I am a Piktochart fan. I'm not under any commission from Piktochart, but yeah, I love that tool, and that's one that really, at the moment, I use for everything, and one I encourage learners and teachers to use alike. So that was my favourite tool of the moment. And then I've got the tool I've just found. I'm always looking for tools. I'm going to do a shameless plug for the blog. James thinks it's worth a look. Lots of tools on there, all mapped to different categories. So if you're looking for quizzes, type in quizzes and it'll show you all things which have quizzes in. But the one I've just found is riddle.com. Riddle.com allows you to do a variety of things. It allows you to do a multi-choice quiz. Really nice interface. You can add images. It allows you to do something called a commenticle. A commenticle is you can post a link to, it could be an article on the web or an article you've written, and then you can get your learners to type in comments and engage in a discussion around that article. Or you can ask them a particular question. There's also the function of doing a poll, or creating a list. So again, that art of curation. I think curation is my thing at the moment. And riddle.com, have a look. Really lovely interface. Lots of images you can add to it. Definitely worth a play. And then I come to my fourth tool, and I was thinking about this. Part of my role at Reading is to engage and interest staff and get them interested in technology. But my approach is very much technology related to teaching and learning. So I want tools that can really benefit teaching and learning. In my blog, I always talk about how they could be used in teaching and learning. And one of the things that staff are always doing, whether it's in lessons or whether it's remote, a sort of flipped learning, is that checking of learning, that validation of learning. And we can all do a test. We can hand out bits of paper, we can mark in a test. But students, there's always they like an element of competition. So the tool which has gone down really well with learners and staff alike is quizzes. Quizzes is a tool that allows you to create a multiple choice quiz. The great thing is you can bring the questions up on your computer at the front of the screen. The learners can join the quizzes from their mobile devices. They can run through the questions in their own time. It gives them nice big coloured buttons to press on their mobile device. After each question, it gives them a leaderboard, and at the end you get the leaderboard of who did what. And as a teacher, as we're all said, data is really important. You can download the results as a spreadsheet to check learning. So it's that fun way of engaging learning. So there are my top 4 tools, from the first one that I ever used to the ones which are really exciting me and using me at the moment.